When Margot Robbie confesses that she was attempting to take control of Barbie, Blake Lively breaks down in tears. When it comes to being a Barbie, Blake Lively got extremely near. During the process of putting out the cast list for Barbie, Blake was one of the many well-known actors that were being considered for a role in the film. The pick was not decided using a random process. Due to the fact that she had previously teamed with America Ferrera on the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, she was an ideal option for the project. Greta Gerwig's feminist, pastel-infused epic was given a nostalgic touch by the film's creators, who wished to acknowledge actors who had participated in legendary female Elle ensemble. Additionally, the picture was a masterwork of Greta Gerwig. As a result of her public image as Hollywood's effervescent blonde sweetie and her renown as a trendy fashionista, Blake appeared to be a decision that made sense. Despite her best efforts, however, things did not turn out the way she had imagined they would. According to insiders, Blake was expecting more than a lighthearted supporting part as one of the Barbies from the time she started negotiating. Blake evidently had greater aims, even as most of the women in the film, including Margot Robbie, Issa Rae, Dua Lipa, and Hari Nef, agreed that the movie was a celebration of many expressions of womanhood. She pushed for greater creative involvement, desired a larger role, and even attempted to alter her character into something that was more meaningful than what was planned, rather than embracing the spirit of the ensemble as a whole. I understood that they just wanted me to come up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm meant to go and say what I'm supposed to say, but I also realized just being a part of the Barbie universe wasn't enough. She desired a chance to be noticed. Regarding the matter, Margot Robbie did not agree to accept it. Through her company, Lucky Chap Entertainment, Margot not only starred in the picture, but also functioned as one of its producers. And Margot had a definite concept of the feel she sought on her set. Fun, teamwork, and great synchronicity with Greta Gerwig's vision. An actress attempting to change the plot of the movie in order to promote her own performance was the last thing she needed. Sources claim that Margot promptly put a halt to any ideas about handing Blake further influence. Conversations didn't progress past the fundamental stage of talks until Blake began striving to make improvements. Margot, who is known in Hollywood for developing polite and pleasant working relationships on set, was not interested in allowing Blake to stir things up before the start of the filming process. The fact that this scenario has been so quiet is what makes it even more intriguing. Usually, there are whispers, leaks, or even subtle barbs in interviews when an actress is in serious talks for a high-profile part and then abruptly quits the meeting, however. Margot managed it so expertly in this instance that it never even hit the headlines. Barbie was a movie she had been fantasizing about for years, and she wasn't going to let extra drama ruin it. If anything, Margot made the right move because Blake's absence remained forgotten even after the film's huge success. Throughout the entire film, audiences never felt as though anything was lacking. No holes were required to be filled. Talent was already abundant in the production, and each actress did a faultless job in her role. Blake would have been just another face among the Barbies, something she didn't appear to want to admit. Blake has a history of attempting to exercise creative control. If you know the Barbie story, it's because she purportedly followed a similar technique on It Ends With Us. She obviously wants greater creative autonomy rather than just playing the starring part in the movie. Justin Baldoni, the director and co-star, was fairly irate. She made extensive screenplay changes and attempted to rewrite the tale to suit her, according to sources, which produced tensions that would finally flare up into a court drama. It appears like Blake seeks chances to take command of these initiatives regardless of how doing so affects the overall concept, rather than putting faith in the directors and producers. The fact that Barbie rejected Blake is just one more reason why some industry insiders are beginning to avoid her. Even though Margot kept it to herself, deeds speak louder than words. The door was silently shut, and the movie resumed without her. Now that It Ends With Us is engaged in its own scandal and her reputation has undergone multiple hits, it raises the question, was Blake's decision to skip Barbie a missed chance? Or did Margot Robbie escape any possible problems behind the scenes? There is little question that Margot was totally aware of her activities, and it's plausible to argue that Barbie made the proper pick considering that she went on to make over $1 billion and establish herself as a cultural icon. Being more than merely an actress has long been an ambition of Blake Lively's. She wants power, authority, and the capacity to alter the tale both on and off screen. With It Ends With Us, that is precisely what transpired. When she joined the production, her ambition was to adapt the film to suit her vision rather than just play the lead. According to insider reports, Blake leveraged her position to drive director and male star, Justin Baldoni, into a corner and make extensive revisions to the movie. After Blake joined the picture, what had begun as a passion project for Justin took a whole different turn. She apparently went too far, making demands that impacted the course of the film, much like her claimed attempts to influence Barbie. Margot Robbie, on the other hand, has succeeded in forging a balance between respect and authority in Hollywood. She has equally taken responsibility of her career, but she has done so in a methodical, well-respected, and professional manner. She has generated blockbuster smashes and Oscar-winning movies through Lucky Chap Entertainment, all the while preserving excellent links in the sector. Margot creates things from the ground up and gains influence rather than seeking to take over projects that aren't hers. That is the difference between her and Blake. Blake supposedly attempts to edit movies to improve her own standing, which is where Barbie's refusal becomes even more essential. Margot, on the other hand, knows when to back out and let a film's vision show. The business was sending a message that Blake's techniques wouldn't be effective with everyone. So, it wasn't just about one position. The ramifications of these recurring power clashes are starting to appear. It has been stated that Blake has been kept at a distance by other Hollywood stars besides Margot. During the press tour for the sequel, her favorite co-star, Anna Kendrick, has made it plain that she wants to put Blake out of her mind. Anna has opted to give interviews alone and decrease her combined appearances while the two are performing their parts again. According to insiders, Anna shares Margot's recklessness in handling the scandal that usually surrounds Blake. America Ferrara, who used to work closely with Blake, has carefully avoided talking about her for years. It poses a significant query. Is Blake Lively producing too much issues in the entertainment industry? Although she has long retained a polished public front, her attraction is beginning to decrease owing to recent occurrences. Her participation in It Ends With Us was considered to be an important career milestone, another opportunity to distinguish herself as a genuine actress. Instead, it has grown into a divisive subject, particularly in light of brewing's legal battle behind the scenes. Not only did Blake lose out on $1 billion movie, but she also lost out on the chance to contribute to something actually famous. She was completely omitted, and the movie didn't suffer as a result. Will she grow from her mistakes and concentrate on operating within the system rather than attempting to manipulate it? Or will other well-known people follow Margot's example and avoid her? The corporation appeared to be making a decision at this time. Blake may seek power, but Hollywood isn't ready to deliver it to her. So what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Hot like.